it is day 9. So much 9, it is almost 10. Today I watched Yoga Hoses.
Not!
Alright, you may want to argue this is an horror movie.
Not!
It's a sequel to a horror movie, which I did last year. So I feel like it makes sense for me to talk about it this time. And if you don't believe this is a horror movie, I don't care. Because I love this movie. And I don't care if you think it's bad. It's Kevin Smith. So some of you are just going to turn this video off straight away. I don't care. Quick rundown, if you haven't watched my video on Tusk, this is a sequel to that film. The two Colleens had a small role in that film, and subsequently this film stars them, so it's like the minor characters have a bigger story to tell. Yeah, so it stars Kevin Smith's daughter, Harley Quinn Smith, and Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp. Johnny Depp is also starring in this movie, but no one knows because he is in makeup. Because Kevin Smith is a genius. This teeny little $5 million movie has the biggest actor in the world in it, but nobody knows. Both Kevin and Johnny Depp are geniuses. I will say one thing about this film, that the Canadian accents are god awful in it. I say it's insulting. I think he did this from out of love for Canada, but he's like, I did it out of love for Canada, but he's also taking the mick out of Canada at the same time. So, you know, it's like when you got a friend who you love so much you can take the mick out of them. That's how Kevin Smith's relationship with Canada is. He's like, he loves Canada so much he's allowed to. Some of you may not notice the kid from The Sixth Sense plays the French Nazi. French-Canadian Nazi in this film. Small cameo. I think he was going to do a suit, like we played like a monster in a suit, but I think his agent pulled him out of it. He was like, no, give him a real role. The kid from The Sixth Sense, yeah. He's in Kevin Smith movies now, poor kid. Ralph Garman is brilliant in this. It's a stupid role. He plays a Nazi who was frozen for years and years and years, wakes up prematurely, and decides to come out with his diabolically stupid plan, and then decides he's going to do it in the voices of his favourite celebrities. This is, I think, a good showcase because Ralph Garman is such a good voice actor. So he starts out doing his German accent, and then he's like, oh, maybe you'd feel more comfortable if it is Al Pacino. Then he does it as Sylvester Stallone, and then there's another voice which they didn't get because they're too young. Probably. Then he does it as Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then he does it as Batman, but he goes for the Adam West Batman, and they have no idea what he's talking about. So they're like, well, Batman's like, where's the trigger, Joker? And then you think, okay, does not talk like that. And then you got Johnny Depp, he's like, not that talk, he's talking about the original Batman, the real Batman, the real Batman, not this Christian Bale bollocks. The real Batman. Yogi Bear, the Justin Long, who was also in Tusk, but he plays a different character because he's like a walrus now. He plays a yoga instructor who I believe is a yogi. And his second name happens to be Bear, I believe. So you've got Warner Brothers trying to sue him. How can you sue me? You know, my name is Yogi Bear. And it's like, you know, their yoga positions are fine. Like, 3-legged dog, which is sad. 2-legged dog in a push cart. And yoga fet. Shooting laser beams out of your wrist. This film is just... Kevin Smith lost his mind when he wrote this film. He was probably on something, knowing him. We got the funniest scenes when Guy Lapointe, played by Johnny Depp, was interviewing the two Colleens, And they're like, I went to the bathroom with her. You went to the bathroom with her? Well, yeah, it's normal. Like, girls always go to the toilet together, don't they? I needed to take a poo. You went with her while she was doing the pooping. And then later when he goes into the shop with them, he's like, okay, but not doing the pooping. It's very disgusting. The writing is brilliant, and Johnny Depp does this brilliantly as well. One thing, it's me, I work in a shop. And he's like, have you seen this man? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's toilet paper guy. Toilet paper guy. Oh, he bought toilet paper one time. That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. It's true though, I have a guy we call Scratch Card Guy. I have a guy I called Hamlet Cigars Guy. You know, these are real things that people do. It's stupid, it's juvenile, but it's true. One of the cameos, this film has a few cameos. One has Stanley, one of his last ever cameos, outside of the Marvel Universe. He's the operator on the police phone line, and they try and call the police, and he's like, small Nazis made of bratwurst, you know, and he's like, not, and he like, they were hurt to Hitler. Hitler, he was worse than Doctor Doom and Darth Vader combined. And then it's like they hang up, and he's like, goddamn yoga hoses. And another brilliant cameo, which some people may not have missed because it's the face you don't recognise, Kevin Conroy, who is the animated Batman. And he comes in, orders some cigarettes, and they give him the wrong ones. He's like, oh, these are lights. And like, sorry about that. Catchphrase of the film, right? And then he's like, that was very rude. That's very not Canadian of you. You know, so... And the best genius thing, animated Batman says to his teenage son in the film, come on, Robin, we're leaving. I'm like, oh, Kevin, you genius. I love you, Kevin. You've done me a service. I love you, sir. Kevin Conroy, thank you for being in this film. Anything, I can't wait for Christ on Infinite Earth. Kevin Conroy, I think, is going to be in that. I'm a fan of Conroy in anything, even if he's not Batman. But in this, he was Batman. Goddamn Canadian Batman, eh? That was Johnny Depp. Jay has a cameo in this film. Jay minus his Silent Bob. He plays like a road cop, and he lets Guy Lapointe in, and he's like, anything for you, so you're like a goddamn Canadian Batman, eh? They could have given Jay a bigger role, to be fair, but I'm just glad he was in it. I love the sign on the door that says closed due to bubonic plague, which is brilliant. That means that later in the film it's like, was it due to menstrual bleeding or something? Like, oh god. There's oh goodness, I have to find this guy's name. Walt Flanagan, sorry, who's from Clerks and Comic Book Men. When they're talking about their periods, they put him off his ketchup because he's trying to eat his chips and fries. And then in the end he just spits his drink out, you know, poor guy. So basically, essentially, they have the Bratzies are small Canadian Nazis made of bratwurst. Kevin, I don't know what Kevin was smoking, but he's a genius at the same time. I love it when one of them dies. They have the best of it is just acting genius, Kevin. When they come out of people's mouths, they're just like, wunderbar. I don't even know why I love it so. And then they would say the silliest things, like when he died. I think the stupidest one's like, Mein Kampf. Wasn't that the book Hitler wrote in prison or something? It's a German thing, like a Nazi thing. Have him throw that out there. You know, I don't know how educated Kevin was for this film, but I'm glad. Regardless, it's brilliant. It is a brilliant film. It is the second film of its series, and I think there will be a third film of this series, Kevin's finally secured funding for the third of the True North trilogy, and it is going to be called Moose Jaws. It's effectively Moose. It is effectively Jaws, but with a moose. I think there's elements of other films. I think there's the ending is something out of something out of Return of the Jedi. There's some Indiana Jones. I think there's a few films thrown in, but it's a spoof movie. It's going to be a violent horror movie, and apparently Jay and Silent Bob are going to be in it. I think Silent Bob is going to get eaten, but never fit, because I think Silent Bob will be eaten, and then he'll just be back in the next movie like nothing happened, because it's not in the same continuity per se as Jay and Silent Bob, so it doesn't matter really, I suppose. I don't have a lot of trivia for this, mainly because I know most of the trivia, so I sputtered it all out anyway. This is genius. I don't know if this was on purpose or accidentally. The nut space is 37 feet below the A to Z, which is a brilliantly named shop. 37. For anyone who's not watched Clerks, the line from the Clerks, "My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks," and the customer replies, "In a row?" So I don't know if that was on purpose or coincidence, but 37 is a very important number for Kevin Smith films. Harley Morenstein is going to start in Moose Jaws, and finally, final bit of trivia is the line "I'm not even supposed to be here today," which is the most famous line from Clerks, which I think Kevin was like so proud of his daughter for doing this film, and it's kind of like Canadian Clerks, but a horror movie. He put that in there for her, so that was really... Apparently Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance surprised Harley on set because My Chemical Romance is her favourite band, and apparently they've secured him to do the score for Clerks 3. Celebrities doing shit. That's going to be really cool. I could talk about this film for hours because I love it, even despite the response. But yeah, that's all I've got for now, because I want to keep these short, because I've just done 3 in a row. But thank you for watching. See you next time. Happy Halloween. J-Man out.
Nah, 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 nah.